Alright guys, good morning. Or actually I should say good afternoon. I woke up kind of late this morning. I woke up, Alexa told me the temperature this morning. I'm like, nah, I think I'm going back to bed. But anyway, good afternoon or good morning still if it is for you, or good evening, as my friend Steve would say. This will be a short one for today as I sip my morning or afternoon tea, having a spot of tea. Today's topic, a brief topic, is SSDs. If you're not using one, you really need to, and you'll have to forgive me because I almost titled this live show, If You're Not Using an SSD, You're Stupid. You know, like Scotty Kilmer on his channel when he talks about cars. If you don't buy this Honda, you're stupid. If you buy this Honda, you're stupid. Anyway, that's Scotty Kilmer, but I'm just going to call this one Not Using SSDs. You need to. Love some tea. Hot, hot. Okay. So I have a Dell Optiplex. I've seen these refurbished online up to $500, which I think is insane. It's too high, but I bought this back in 2019, and it was a really good price. I think I paid like $150 something. Core i7, 3.6 gig speed, clean. I upgraded the RAM. Finally, after 2 years, upgraded the SSD. When I bought this back in 2019, the summer, my goal was to keep this about 6 months, maybe a year, then get a new computer. But then, of course, the pandemic happened, and I put those plans on hold. But I was able to upgrade the RAM. I got a graphics card coming in today. Hopefully, that one will work. I don't know what it is with me and graphics cards. Anyway, if you're looking to buy a refurbished machine, check out Dell Optiplex. Core i7, but I would not spend more than $300 tops, and that's with the graphics card. Okay, getting back to SSDs. I finally changed it in this Dell. It's a silicone power, and Amazon had a sale, a 512 gigabyte storage machine or SSD for, I think it was 40 some dollars, less than 50 with tax, which is insane, low price. And I knew it was going to be faster. If you remember the first time you swapped out an old HDD hard disk drive to an SSD, didn't your computer feel like it was a brand new computer? Didn't it feel that it was a brand new PC? Yeah, I mean, that's the amazing speed of the SSDs, and these types of products, you don't have to spend a lot of money to get really impressive performance and speed over the old HDD. So this one here with Windows 10 and dual booting with Ubuntu Mate on two separate SSDs, Ubuntu Mate would boot almost immediately. With Windows 10, sometimes after all the processes and the updates, it would take up to 90 seconds. Way too long. Now with the SSD, I'm online ready to go in a matter of seconds. Like, it seems like it's 10 seconds, maybe even less. Okay, maybe not as fast as the Chromebook, but it's much faster than the old HDD. And if you are looking to enhance the performance of a computer, maybe an older computer, or maybe something that's not that old, you just want to increase the speed, but you don't need 64 gigs of RAM or a graphics card. You just want faster speed, and it has the original hard disk drive, then you should definitely invest in an SSD. These little inventions, and like when I say little, I mean they weigh nothing. When I grabbed the original HDD out of this Dell, it felt like a brick. I mean, like, it's so heavy, like I felt like I could, pack cement with it, mix cement with it. That's how heavy the old ones are. They are reliable, but they're really not built for speed. So if you're looking, low cost away to speed up your computer with anything on it, whether it's Mac or Linux or Windows, probably the most cost-effective way right now to speed up a computer versus the RAM, increased RAM, is to pick up an SSD. And I'm happy that I did, because it seems like I will be holding on to this computer, this Dell, for a while, because it just works. They are super reliable, just like the Chromebooks that I use and the Lenovo machine that I have hooked up to my TV. Now I do have an AMD graphics card coming in today on Federal Express for my other machine that's hooked up to my 4K TV. Hopefully that one will work. I tried 2 cards that I have here, it just didn't work. I'm sure it has to do with incompatibility with the motherboard. But hopefully this new one today might work. I did not swap out the power supplies on that other PC. That might be it. So I just picked up a low power graphics card, and hopefully that will work. So anyway, time for another sip of tea. Alright, so once again, for those of you who watched this late, sorry that I missed you. But if you're looking to upgrade the performance of a computer, any computer, definitely look into an SSD. It's very impressed, much more happier now with this Dell running Windows 10 with an SSD. The backup software that I used, and you absolutely should back up and back up again. The backup software that I used was there's quite a few of them out there, and this is not a sponsored video or nothing, but take a look at EaseUS. Ease, then US, EaseUS, or EaseUS. They offer free and paid versions of their software. I use the partition manager and their backup tool to clone the Windows 10 to the SSD. In this particular machine with the Core i7, backing up, cloning Windows 10 didn't really take that long, about an hour, which is kind of pretty fast for running Windows. But it took about an hour. I swapped out the drive, the hard disk drive, to the SSD. You will need some kind of a SATA cable adapter to go from a USB to your SSD. They're not that expensive, maybe 10 bucks, maybe even less. Search Amazon, I'm sure there's a bunch of those out there. But once I swapped out the drives in my Dell, much faster. I kept the original hard disk drive in the Dell just in case the SSD crashed or it didn't work or something happened. So once again, you can keep the original hard disk drive as a backup. Once again, back up and back up again and back up again, because you can never have too many backups no matter what you use. And speaking of backups, we talked about this briefly. I am amazed at the amount of computer users, I guess Windows users, being hit with ransomware. Don't these people, don't these companies have backups? I don't understand that, but I guess that's the topic for another show. Alright, I'm almost out of my warm tea here. So I'm waiting for the graphics card for the other PC. I'll let you know how that works out. Graphics card is definitely another, well, it used to be a relatively low cost way to boost up your PC, but graphics card prices are through the roof. I was looking at refurbished computers. A Ryzen 3 refurbished PC, you can get them online, HP, with some kind of like a warranty, 30-day or 90-day warranty, starting at about $250 with 8 gigs of DDR4. Not bad. Windows 10 is pre-installed. If you bump up to a Ryzen 5, which is probably more what I would need, to do content, videos, I could probably do it with a, Ryzen 3, but I believe it's only 4 threads in that. But when you go from a Ryzen 3 refurbished machine to Ryzen 5, it seems like the price is double, with the same 8 gigs of RAM, maybe 16 gigs, and no graphics card. That seems a little high. I know that the AMD Ryzen processors are reliable. A lot of people use them. But yeah, if I could live with with the Ryzen 3, I would probably go with that. But anyway, that's another option there. Those of you who catch this podcast later, if you have switched to an SSD, let me know how it worked out for you, good or bad. Well, I can't see bad. It can only be good, right? Unless the cloning process, for whatever reason, didn't work. One tip here, make sure you run antivirus on your hard disk drive to make sure that you're not just cloning the OS, but you might be cloning viruses too. Definitely don't want to do that. So make sure that your original hard disk drive of Windows, whether it's Windows 10 or 11, make sure it's clean, of any malware. Run a scan, run a bunch of scans. I use the default Windows Defender, works fine. I also use Super Anti-Spyware and Malwarebytes. You can try those. Really, that's probably all you need. Make sure the original disk is clean, and then you can clone your clean Windows to an SSD, and you should be ready to go. Another tip to speed up the process is make sure that you delete any unwanted software. Because if you don't, then you'll just be copying the software that you don't need. Delete any, extra videos or downloads that you've done that you just don't need anymore. And that can speed up the transfer process, transfer time from the original hard disk drive. Well, speaking of Windows, if you haven't already, take a look at the video I posted last night, just some fun. That one is called Burn Windows with Ubuntu. No, it's not what you think. I did that just for fun. Just check that out. I think you'll get a nice little laugh out of it. Yes, I still use Ubuntu, standard Ubuntu. It's on a separate external drive that I boot into that. It's from an original drive from a Toshiba Satellite laptop. Yeah, look that one up. It still works. So Ubuntu is on that one. Alright, I think we'll wrap this up here in a minute. Just checking my messages on my phone. I need to get showered and do what I have to do for today. I'm not looking forward to it, but it is nice every once in a while to sleep in and just forget about everything. Or as we say in New York, forget about it. You guys know what I mean. With everything going on, it's just nice just to sleep in when we can and not shovel snow. What's that country song? Take this snow and shovel it, or something like that. Yeah. All right, my nice warm cup of tea is finished. So I think we'll end this. Again, those of you who watch this on the replay, sorry that I missed you. I do these shows at random just to catch up with you guys, and it usually is a hit and miss, but that's okay. So if you bought an SSD, post them in the comments below. Let me know how it worked out for you. I love to hear your success stories with or without my help. By the way, speaking of comments, somebody posted a comment about Canon printers. Diane or Denise or something like that. If you watch this, let me just say that Canons are probably one of the worst, not the easiest to connect to Linux operating systems. Check the Canon website first. If that doesn't work, check software called Turbo Print. That should work. Alright guys, I'm going to end this for now. Guys, have a good weekend. Stay warm, stay safe, enjoy your SSDs. I'll catch you on the next one. Take care.